The phone screen glows white against Zara Mitchell's trembling fingers. 47 notifications. 62. 89. The numbers climb faster than her pulse. Messages flood in from co-workers she barely knows. College friends she hasn't spoken to in months. Strangers with profile pictures of sunsets and dogs. Is this you? Girl, check your DMs. Please tell me someone hacked your account. She opens the first link. Her stomach drops through the floor. That's her face. Her dress. The silver sequined top she wore last night when Dante Cross picked her up at 7:30. But her eyes are closed. Her head tilts at an angle that makes her neck look broken. The camera flash washes out her brown skin, turns her into something unrecognizable, something exposed. Hi viewers, kindly tell us where you're watching from and what time it is. Zara's thumb hovers over the image. She can't look away, can't breathe. The bedroom around her shrinks to the size of a coffin. Her IKEA dresser, her half-unpacked pommies from the move to Atlanta 3 weeks ago. The poster of Kehinde Wiley's paintings she hung yesterday, back when the world made sense. All of it feels borrowed now, like she's watching someone else's life collapse through glass. 24 hours ago, she was laughing in Dante's car. He'd offered to show her the real Atlanta nightlife, not the tourist spots her co-workers recommended. She'd said yes because he seemed safe, because he wore tailored button-downs to the marketing agency where they both worked, because when he smiled, the corners of his eyes crinkled like he meant it. She remembers the club, bass vibrating through her ribs. Neon purple lights cutting through smoke. Dante handing her a drink with ice that clinked against glass. The taste was bitter. She'd thought it was just cheap liquor. Then nothing. No memory of leaving. No memory of how she got home. No memory of the photos being taken. Her phone buzzes again. Another message. This one from her boss. We need to talk. Monday morning. My office. The phone slips from her hand onto the bedsheets. She pulls her knees to her chest. Outside her window, Atlanta traffic hums its usual Saturday morning rhythm. People are buying coffee, walking dogs, living in a world where their bodies still belong to them. Zara's hands shake so hard she has to sit on them. She counts her breaths. 1, 2, 3. The panic doesn't stop. It never stops. She picks up the phone again, scrolls through her camera roll, finds last night, finds the selfie she took before Dante arrived, full makeup, hair edges laid smooth, smile wide enough to show teeth. She'd captioned it with a champagne emoji, posted it to her close friend's story. That girl doesn't exist anymore. Zara opens her texts, types 3 words to her sister back in Memphis. Something happened? Help! She deletes it before hitting send. What would she even say? That she trusted the wrong person? That she ignored every warning her mother ever gave her about strange men and new cities? That she wore the wrong outfit, drank the wrong drink, made the wrong choice? Her screen refreshes. The photo has been shared 236 times. Who did you trust last night that you shouldn't have? The club entrance swallows them whole. Red velvet ropes, gold chains across a doorman's chest. Bass so deep, it replaces Zara's heartbeat. Dante's hand rests on her lower back, guiding her through bodies that smell like expensive cologne and desperation. You trust me? He leans close. His breath is mint and something sharper. Zara nods. She's 24 years old, and this is her first real club. Back in Memphis, her idea of nightlife was trivia at the brewery on Broad Street. But this is different. This is grown. The kind of scene she's supposed to want now that she's made it to the big city. Inside, everything sparkles. Mirrored walls multiply the crowd into infinity. Strobe lights cut the darkness into fractured moments. A woman in a gold bodysuit dances on a platform above the bar, her body moving like water. Zara feels underdressed in her sequined top and black jeans. Everyone else looks like they stepped out of a music video. Dante orders drinks without asking what she wants. 2 glasses appear. Clear liquid, lime wedge, ice. Zara sips. The vodka burns. She tries not to make a face. Relax. Dante's smile is white against his dark skin. You're too tense. She drinks faster. The second sip goes down easier. By the third, she's not tasting it anymore. The music shifts, something with a pounding rhythm that makes the floor vibrate. Dante pulls her toward the dance floor. His hands find her waist. She moves with him, because that's what you do in clubs. That's what freedom looks like, right? Bodies pressed together. Strangers becoming temporary friends. The city accepting you as one of its own. But something feels wrong. The lights blur at the edges. The faces around her smear like wet paint. Dante's voice comes from far away, muffled, like she's underwater. She blinks hard, tries to focus, can't. Another drink? He's already walking away. Zara reaches for a pillar to steady herself. Her hand misses. The floor tilts. A woman with blue lipstick laughs at something. The sound stretches and warps. Time moves in stutters. She's dancing. Then she's sitting. Then someone's taking her photo. A flash of white light. Dante's face too close to hers. His phone pointed at her. Smile, beautiful. She can't remember if she smiled. The bathroom tile is cold against her palms. Or is it the bar? She can't tell. Someone asks if she's okay. She says yes, but the word doesn't come out right. Dante's arm is around her again. He's helping her walk, helping her into a car, helping her upstairs. Helping. The word bounces around her skull. Helping means good. Helping means safe. Her apartment door clicks open. She doesn't remember giving him her keys. Then darkness swallows everything whole, and the last thing she sees is the red recording light of a phone camera pointed at her face. Have you ever lost time you can't get back? Zara's phone dies at 11:47 a.m. 312 notifications. She doesn't plug it in. She sits on her bathroom floor instead, back against the tub, knees pulled tight, while Memphis calls 6 times from the landline she forgot she had. The photos are everywhere now. Twitter, Instagram, some forum she's never heard of. Her face attached to words she can't read without her vision going black at the edges. The internet decided who she is in the span of 6 hours, decided what she wanted, what she deserved. She threw up twice already, once in the toilet. Once in the kitchen sink when she tried to drink water, and her stomach rejected it. The apartment smells like last night, perfume and vodka, sweat and something chemical she can't name. Her reflection in the bathroom mirror is a stranger. Mascara rivers down her cheeks, hair matted on one side. The sequined top twisted backward, one strap hanging off her shoulder. She doesn't remember undressing. Doesn't remember Dante leaving. Doesn't remember anything after the car ride, except fragments. His hands. The camera. The way he said smile, like it was a command. Zara peels off the clothes, stands under the shower until the water runs cold, scrubs her skin with a washcloth until it turns raw and red. The water doesn't wash away the feeling that her body isn't hers anymore, that it belongs to everyone who clicked, everyone who shared, everyone who saved the photos to folders she'll never know about. She wraps herself in a towel, sits on the edge of the bed, opens her laptop, types Dante Cross into the search bar. His LinkedIn profile loads first. Marketing manager at Evolve Creative Agency. Started 1 month ago. Before that, nothing. No previous jobs, no college listed, no mutual connections except the people at work. She scrolls further. No Facebook, no Instagram under that name. No digital footprint before 4 weeks ago. Her hands start shaking again. She closes the laptop, opens it, closes it. Her phone stays dark on the nightstand. She can't turn it on. Can't face the messages. Can't read what people are saying about her body, her choices, her life. The clock on the stove blinks 3:22 p.m. She's been home for 14 hours. Hasn't eaten. Hasn't called anyone. Hasn't figured out how to exist in a world where this version of her is permanent. Memphis calls again. Zara stares at the phone. Doesn't answer. How do you explain something you don't understand yourself? How do you say the words, "I trusted him," without drowning in shame? She pulls up Google again. Types, "What to do if someone drugged you?" The search results make her nauseous. Report it immediately. Get a medical exam. File a police report. All the things that require leaving this apartment. All the things that require saying it out loud. Zara closes the laptop, pulls the blinds, crawls under the covers in the middle of the afternoon. Outside, Atlanta continues without her. Cars honking, people laughing, life happening to everyone who isn't her. She dreams about the red recording light, blinking, blinking, never turning off. When she wakes up, it's Monday morning, and her boss has called twice. What would you do if your whole life changed overnight? Zara doesn't go to work Monday, or Tuesday, or Wednesday. She calls in sick with a voice that sounds hollow even to her own ears. Her boss doesn't ask questions, just says, "Take your time," in a tone that means he's already seen the photos. She deletes Instagram, then Twitter, then Facebook. But the images are still out there, multiplying like bacteria. Someone created a Reddit thread. Someone else made a TikTok commentary. Her life is content now. Entertainment. A cautionary tale with a beat drop. Memphis shows up Thursday with 2 suitcases and a key Zara doesn't remember giving her. Her older sister takes one look at the apartment. Dishes piled in the sink, blinds drawn, air stale and thick, and doesn't say a word. Just starts cleaning. "You need to eat." Memphis sets a plate of eggs on the coffee table. Zara stares at it. Can't remember the last time she was hungry. Can't remember feeling anything except numb. "I'm fine." "You're not." Memphis sits beside her. "And that's okay." The words crack something open. Zara cries for the first time since Saturday. Great heaving sobs that shake her whole body. Memphis holds her. Doesn't offer platitudes. Doesn't say it'll be okay. Just holds on. When Zara finally stops, Memphis hands her a tissue. "We're going to the police." "No." "Zara, they won't believe me." Zara's voice is raw. "I went willingly. I drank. I can't even remember." She stops, Can't finish the sentence. Can't say the words out loud, because saying them makes it real. Memphis pulls out her phone. Shows Zara a news article. 3 women in Charlotte. Same thing. Same pattern. Drugged, photographed, posted online. Zara reads. Her hands go cold. The man in the article isn't named Dante Cross. He's named Elijah Stone. But the photo is identical. Same smile. Same tailored shirt. Same eyes that promised safety. He's done this before. Memphis's voice is steel, and he'll do it again unless someone stops him. Zara stares at the article, at the women who came forward, at their faces blurred for protection, at their stories that sound exactly like hers. What if they don't believe me? Then we make them believe. Friday morning, Zara walks into the Atlanta Police Department on Ponce de Leon. The building smells like coffee and old carpet. The officer at the desk barely looks up when she says she wants to report a crime. He hands her a form, tells her to wait. She waits 2 hours, fills out the paperwork with shaking hands, checks boxes that don't have words for what happened. The form asks if she knew her attacker. She checks yes. It asks if she was intoxicated. She checks yes. It asks if she resisted. She stares at the word, erases it, leaves it blank. Zara Mitchell? A woman in a grey suit stands in the doorway. Detective Simone Harper, 40-something with close-cropped natural hair and eyes that look like they've seen everything twice. Come with me. They walk to an interview room. 4 walls, 1 table, 2 chairs. A camera in the corner with a red light that makes Zara's stomach turn. Harper sits, opens a folder, doesn't smile. Tell me everything. And for the first time in 6 days, Zara does. When a stranger knows your worst moment. Who really owns your story? Detective Harper doesn't blink, doesn't interrupt, just takes notes in handwriting so precise it looks typed. When Zara finishes, Harper closes the folder and leans back. Dante Cross doesn't exist. The words hang in the air. Zara's brain scrambles to process them. What? No birth certificate, no social security number, no driver's license under that name. Harper pulls out a printout. The man who worked at your company used a stolen identity. Real Dante Cross died in a car accident in 2019. Someone took his credentials and walked into your office 4 weeks ago. Zara's vision tunnels. Who is he? Harper slides another photo across the table. Same face, different name. Darius Holcomb, wanted in 3 states, identity fraud, distribution of explicit material. Aggravated assault. She pauses. 12 confirmed victims. You're number 13. The number sits in Zara's chest like a stone. 13. 13 women who smiled at him. 13 women who trusted. 13 women whose lives got uploaded for profit. Where is he now? Gone. Harper's jaw tightens. Cleared out his apartment Tuesday morning. Deleted every social media account. Vanished. Zara stares at the photo. At the man who isn't Dante. Who was never Dante. Who walked through her life like a ghost and left nothing but damage. So that's it? He just disappears? Not if I can help it. Harper pulls out another folder. Thicker. Older. I've been tracking him for 8 months. Charlotte, Nashville, Jacksonville. Same pattern every time. New city, new name, new job. Targets women who just moved. Women without support systems. Women who won't be believed. She looks at Zara, Women like you. The words should sting. They don't. They're just true. What do I do now? You survive. Harper hands her a card. Therapy, support groups, whatever it takes. Because men like Darius count on you staying silent. Count on the shame being bigger than the anger. She stands. Don't give him that. Zara takes the card. Her hands don't shake this time. Something shifts in her chest. Not healing, not forgiveness. Something sharper. Something that tastes like fury. Harper walks her to the exit, pauses at the door. One more thing. Keep your phone on. If he contacts you, he won't. He might. Harper's eyes are dark. Guys like this can't help themselves. They like to watch the aftermath, like to see what they've destroyed. She hands Zara another card. This one has a number written in pen. Call me, day or night. I don't care. Zara steps outside. Atlanta sun hits her face. Too bright. Too normal. People walk past on the sidewalk. No one looks at her. No one knows. For a moment, she's invisible again. Anonymous. Free. Then her phone buzzes. Unknown number. One new message. She opens it. Her blood goes cold. A photo, taken from across the street. Right now. Her standing outside the police station. The angle is low. Hidden. The caption underneath is 3 words. Miss me already? And somewhere in the city, Darius Holcomb watches her face go white, watches her spin around, searching for him, watches her realize that surviving isn't the same as being safe. When the hunter becomes the hunted, who draws the line? Zara's apartment phone rings at 2:43 a.m. She doesn't answer. It rings again at 3:15, then 4:02, then 4:47. Each time the caller ID shows different numbers, different area codes, but she knows it's him. Detective Harper told her to keep a log. Write down every call, every text, every photo. Build a case one piece of evidence at a time. But evidence doesn't stop the ringing, doesn't stop her from checking the locks 6 times before bed, doesn't stop her from sleeping with the lights on. Memphis went back to Tennessee after 2 weeks, had to get back to work, had to get back to her own life. Zara told her it was fine, lied through her teeth, said she was handling it. She's not handling it. Weeks blur into months. The photos fade from the front page of gossip sites. New scandals replace hers. The internet moves on. Zara doesn't. She switches shifts at work to avoid the marketing floor. Takes the stairs instead of the elevator. Eats lunch in her car. Becomes a ghost in her own life. Harper calls every Friday. Any updates? Any sightings? Anything at all? The answer is always no. Darius vanished like smoke. No credit card charges. No traffic cameras. No digital fingerprints. Men like him know how to disappear. Know how to wait. 3 months after the police station photo, Zara stops checking her phone every 5 minutes. Stops scanning every crowd for his face. Therapy helps. A little. Her counselor says trauma isn't linear. Says healing comes in waves. Says she's allowed to have bad days. Most days are bad days. Then Friday night in late September, she's scrolling a neighborhood forum. Someone posted about a new lounge opening downtown. The comments are typical. Overpriced drinks. Too loud. Parking nightmare. She's about to close the app when she sees it. A photo, blurry, taken from across the street. A man in a navy blazer standing outside the lounge entrance. Dark skin. Clean fade. Smile that could sell anything. The caption reads, "Anyone know this promoter? Says his name is Marcus Reed. Giving out VIP passes like candy. Seems cool, but something feels off." Zara's chest locks up. She zooms in on the photo. The resolution is garbage, but she doesn't need high definition. She'd recognize that face in the dark, in a crowd of thousands, in her nightmares. Her hands shake so hard she almost drops the phone. She screenshots the post, sends it to Harper, types 3 words. "That's him. Downtown." Harper responds in 40 seconds. "Don't move. I'm coming to you." Zara sits on her couch, counts her breaths. 1, 2, 3. Her vision pulses at the edges. He's here. Still in Atlanta. Still hunting. Still smiling at women who don't know what's coming. Harper arrives in 23 minutes. No uniform. Just jeans and a Falcons hoodie. She sits across from Zara and pulls out her laptop. Marcus Reed. Started promoting at Club Velvet 2 weeks ago. Harper types fast. No social media footprint. Paid in cash. No address on file. She looks up. "It's him. What do we do?" Harper's mouth tightens into something that isn't quite a smile. "We catch him." The plan is simple. Too simple. Harper's team will create a fake profile. Young woman, new to the city, looking for fun. Everything Darius targets. They'll reach out to Marcus Reed, accept his VIP invitation, show up at the club, and when he makes his move, they'll be waiting. What if he recognizes the setup? Zara's voice is small. He won't. Harper closes the laptop. Guys like this think they're untouchable, think they're smarter than everyone. That's what makes them careless. Zara wants to believe her, wants to believe justice is possible, that monsters get caught, that good wins. But she's seen how this ends. She's seen how men like Darius walk away clean, while women like her spend years scraping themselves off the pavement. Harper stands, hands Zara a new phone. Burner. No contacts except one number. If anything feels wrong, if you see him, if you even think you see him, you call. Zara takes the phone, holds it like a weapon. How long until the sting? 3 days. 3 days. 72 hours. 4,320 minutes until the man who destroyed her life walks into a trap he doesn't see coming. Zara watches Harper leave, locks the door, checks it twice, then sits in the dark and counts down the seconds until Monday night, when Marcus Reed slips into Club Velvet wearing that same smile, offering that same drink, making that same promise to a woman who isn't real, and this time the camera watching him won't be his. Can predators sense when they've become prey? The undercover officer's name is Kendra James, 26, fresh face. Looks exactly like the kind of woman Darius targets. Harper picked her personally, told her everything, showed her the photos, the pattern, the 12 women before Zara. Kendra didn't flinch, just nodded and said, "Let's get him." Monday night, 9:47 p.m. Zara sits in an unmarked van 2 blocks from Club Velvet. She's not supposed to be here. Harper told her to stay home, stay safe. Let the professionals handle it. But Zara couldn't, wouldn't. This ends tonight, and she needs to see it. Harper sighs when Zara climbs into the van, but doesn't send her away. Just hands her a headset. Listen only. No talking. No interference. Through the audio feed, Zara hears club music. Bass throbbing. Glasses clinking. Kendra's voice comes through clear. I'm at the bar, northwest corner. Copy that. Harper's voice is calm, professional. But her knee bounces under the table. Adrenaline disguised as patience. Target acquired. Another voice. Male. Detective Chen from the surveillance team inside. Marcus Reed just entered. Navy blazer. Gold watch. Heading toward the bar. Zara's stomach clenches. She leans forward, stares at the monitor showing grainy footage from Chen's body camera. The angle is wrong. Too many people. But then the crowd parts, and there he is. Darius, Marcus, whatever name he's wearing tonight. Same smile, same confidence, same predatory ease as he scans the room. His eyes land on Kendra. He's approaching. Kendra's voice stays light, flirty, like she doesn't know, like she's just another girl looking for a good time. Hey, are you Marcus? From the Instagram DMs? That's me. His voice makes Zara's skin crawl, smooth, practiced. You must be Bria, even prettier in person. Kendra laughs. Perfect, natural. You're sweet. So where's this VIP section you promised? Right this way. Harper types something on her laptop, whispers to Chen through comms. Stay close. Don't lose visual. They watch Darius guide Kendra through the crowd. His hand hovers near her lower back but doesn't touch. Not yet. He's patient, calculated, knows the dance by heart. The VIP section is roped off. Leather couches, bottle service. A server appears with 2 drinks already poured. Vodka cranberry. Zara's chest tightens. Same drink, same setup. Same trap he's used 13 times. Cheers. Darius hands Kendra the glass. To new friends. Kendra raises hers, brings it to her lips, pretends to sip. The liquid doesn't touch her tongue. Harper drilled this part. No mistakes, no risks, just enough performance to keep him convinced. 10 minutes pass. Darius leans closer. His body language shifts, more aggressive, more possessive. He asks Kendra about her job, her apartment, her friends, collecting information, building a profile, figuring out if she's alone, if she's vulnerable, if she'll be missed. Kendra plays along, says she just moved from Savannah. Doesn't know many people. Roommates out of town. Every answer designed to make her seem perfect, isolated, easy. Darius smiles wider. You seem a little tense. Want to take a photo? For the gram? Sure. He pulls out his phone. Positions himself close. Too close. The camera flashes. Once. Twice. His hand slides down her waist. Kendra doesn't move. Just keeps smiling. Got it. Darius shows her the screen. You look amazing. Send it to me. Of course. But he doesn't send it. Instead, he opens another app, starts typing. Harper sees it on the monitor. Leans forward. Chen, move in. Now. Everything happens fast. Chen stands from his seat across the room. 2 other officers appear from the bar area. They converge on the VIP section from 3 angles. Darius sees them. His smile drops. He stands, tries to walk away casual, like nothing's wrong. Darius Holcomb. Harper's voice booms through Chen's radio loud enough for Darius to hear. Atlanta PD, you're under arrest. Darius runs, pushes through the crowd, heads for the back exit. But there's nowhere to go. 2 more officers block the door. He spins, looks for another way out, finds none. Chen tackles him near the DJ booth. The music doesn't stop. People keep dancing, keep drinking. Don't even notice the man in the navy blazer being cuffed on the floor. Kendra steps back, touches her ear. Suspect in custody. Harper exhales, closes her laptop, looks at Zara. It's over. But Zara's staring at the monitor, at Darius on the ground, at his face pressed against dirty club tile, at his hands cuffed behind his back, and she doesn't feel relief, doesn't feel closure, just feels empty, hollow, like justice is supposed to fill something inside her, but there's nothing left to fill. Harper squeezes her shoulder. Come on, let's go home. Zara follows her out of the van, into the Atlanta night. The city smells like rain and car exhaust. People walk past laughing, oblivious, living in a world where monsters get arrested and everything goes back to normal. Zara knows better now, knows that some things don't go back, don't heal, don't disappear just because the man who caused them is behind bars. But at least he's behind bars. At least he can't smile at another woman, can't hand her a drink, can't press record. That has to count for something. When justice finally arrives, why does it feel so quiet? The courtroom smells like old wood and recycled air. Zara sits in the 3rd row, Memphis on her left, Harper on her right. Her hands grip the bench in front of her, so tight her knuckles go white. Darius sits at the defense table in an orange jumpsuit. No navy blazer, no gold watch, no smile. His lawyer is a thin man with wire glasses who keeps shuffling papers like they contain answers. The prosecutor is a black woman named Ayanna Wells, 42. Sharp suit, sharper eyes. She spent 3 months building this case, 3 months interviewing victims, collecting evidence, turning Darius's pattern into proof. Your Honor, the state calls Zara Mitchell to the stand. Zara's heart stops. She knew this was coming, practiced her testimony with Ayanna 6 times. But knowing doesn't make standing any easier. Doesn't make walking to the front of the courtroom feel less like drowning. The bailiff swears her in. She places her hand on the Bible, promises to tell the truth, sits in the wooden chair that's been worn smooth by every person who came before her. Ayanna approaches. Her voice is gentle. Ms. Mitchell, can you tell the court how you met the defendant? Zara's mouth is dry. She takes a breath, looks at Memphis, looks at Harper, doesn't look at Darius. He worked at my company, said his name was Dante Cross. And did you agree to go out with him? Yes. What happened that night? The memories flood back, uninvited, unwanted. The club, the lights, the drink that tasted wrong. She tells the court everything, every detail she can remember and every gap she can't. Her voice shakes but doesn't break. She won't give him that. When she describes waking up to the photos, 2 jurors look away. When she describes the messages, the harassment, the shame that followed her like a shadow, 3 more jurors shift in their seats. Ayanna lets the silence sit, then asks, "Did you consent to those photos being taken?" "No." Did you consent to them being distributed online? No. Did you know Dante Cross was a false identity? No. Ayana nods, returns to her table. No further questions. The defense attorney stands, adjusts his glasses, approaches like a snake testing the ground. Ms. Mitchell, you said you went to the club willingly, correct? Yes. And you consumed alcohol that night? Zara's jaw tightens. She knows where this is going. Yes. So you made the choice to drink, the choice to go out with a man you barely knew. The choice to... Objection. Ayana's voice cuts through, badgering the witness. Sustained. The judge looks at the defense attorney. Get to your point, counselor. He adjusts his glasses again. Ms. Mitchell, isn't it possible you simply drank too much and regretted it later? The courtroom goes silent. Zara stares at him. At this man who's never been drugged, never woken up to his body on display, never had to rebuild himself from ashes. No, that's not what happened. But you can't remember large portions of the evening. Because I was drugged. Her voice rises. Months of therapy, months of holding it together, all of it cracks open. I was drugged, photographed, violated. And you're asking me if I regret drinking too much. The defense attorney opens his mouth, closes it, sits down. Ayana stands again. Redirect, Your Honor. Ms. Wars, Mitchell, a toxicology report was taken 48 hours after the incident. Can you tell the court what it showed? Rohypnol, in my system. A substance you willingly took? No. Thank you. No further questions. Zara steps down. Her legs barely hold her. Memphis catches her arm, guides her back to the seat. Harper leans over, whispers, You did good. 3 more women testify. Each one tells a similar story. Different city, different name, same man, same method, same destruction. By the time the 5th victim takes the stand, 2 jurors are crying. The jury deliberates for 90 minutes. When they return, the forewoman stands, reads the verdict on 17 counts. Guilty, guilty, guilty. The word repeats until it loses meaning. The judge sets sentencing for 2 weeks later, 40 years. Eligible for parole in 25. Darius doesn't react, just stares straight ahead like this is happening to someone else. Outside the courthouse, reporters swarm. Cameras flash, microphones shoved toward Zara's face. How do you feel? What's next for you? Any message for other victims? Zara stops, looks directly at the camera, and for the first time in 7 months, she doesn't look away. What happened to me happens every day, to women who trust the wrong person, who make one mistake and pay for it forever. She pauses, breathes. But I'm not paying anymore. I'm not hiding. This wasn't my fault. And if you're watching this because something similar happened to you, it wasn't your fault either. The footage goes viral within an hour. Not the photos Darius took, not the shame he tried to bury her in, but her words, her face, her refusal to disappear. And somewhere in a prison cell, Darius Holcomb realizes he didn't just lose his freedom. He lost control of the narrative. When the victim becomes the voice, what power remains for the predator? 6 months after the sentencing, Zara walks into her apartment and doesn't check the locks 3 times. Just once. Progress looks small from the outside. Feels massive from within. She started sleeping with the lights off again. Stopped jumping at every notification. went back to work full-time. Not the same agency. A new firm across town where nobody knows her story unless she chooses to tell it. Some days she does. Most days she doesn't. Therapy continues. Every Thursday at 4. Her counselor says she's doing the work. Says trauma doesn't define her, even though some days it still feels like it does. The nightmares come less often now. Once a week instead of every night. She'll take it. Memphis visits once a month. They don't talk about Darius anymore. Don't talk about the trial. Just eat takeout and watch reality TV and exist in a space where the past doesn't have teeth. Harper sends updates occasionally. Darius's appeal was denied. 2 more victims came forward from cities they didn't know about. The FBI opened an investigation into similar patterns in other states. His reach was wider than anyone thought. Zara wonders how many women are still out there, still silent, still carrying his damage alone. She started writing. Nothing fancy. Just a blog. Anonymous at first. Then she attached her name, attached her face, wrote about consent and nightlife safety, and the way society teaches women to protect themselves instead of teaching men not to hunt. The comments section filled fast, half support, half vitriol. She stopped reading both. One essay went viral. A major outlet picked it up. Then another. Then she got an email from a literary agent asking if she'd ever considered a book. She hasn't responded yet. Isn't sure she wants her trauma to become a product. But maybe that's how you take power back. Turn the worst thing that happened to you into something that helps someone else. December comes cold and clear. Zara stands in front of her bathroom mirror. Same mirror where she scrubbed her skin raw 7 months ago. Same reflection, different eyes. She's not who she was before Darius. Will never be that girl again, but she's not who he tried to make her either. She's something else now. Something harder. Something that survived. Her phone buzzes. Text from an unknown number. Her chest tightens. Old reflex. Old fear. She opens it anyway. Hi, my name is Camille. I saw your blog. Something similar happened to me last year. I never reported it, never told anyone. But reading your story made me feel less alone. Thank you. Zara stares at the message. Types back. You're not alone. I promise. 3 dots appear, then disappear, then appear again. Can I ask you something? Does it ever stop hurting? Zara thinks about lying, about offering false comfort, but Camille deserves the truth. Not completely, but it gets quieter, and some days you forget it's there at all. The conversation continues. Camille asks questions. Zara answers. They talk for an hour, about therapy, about reporting, about the difference between surviving and living. When they finally say goodbye, Zara feels something unfamiliar settle in her chest. Purpose. She opens her laptop, pulls up the agent's email, types a response. Yes, I want to write the book. Outside her window, Atlanta glows. The same city where she lost herself. The same city where she found herself again. Not the version she planned. Not the version she wanted. But a version that exists. That fights. That refuses to disappear. Her story doesn't end with Darius in a cell. It begins there. Can reclaiming your narrative rewrite your future? The book takes 8 months to write. Releases on a Tuesday in September. Zara does a podcast interview the night before launch. The host asks gentle questions. Zara gives honest answers. Talks about the club, the trial, the healing that isn't linear. When the episode drops, it charts in the top 10 within hours. Sales are strong. Reviews are mixed. Some people call her brave, others call her opportunistic. Zara stopped caring what strangers think somewhere around month 4 of writing. The book isn't for them. It's for Camille. For the women who messaged her after that first blog post. For everyone still carrying secrets that feel too heavy to speak. October arrives with falling leaves and cooler nights. Zara does a book signing at a store in Little 5 Points. 20 people show up, then 40. Then a line forms out the door. Women, mostly. Some men. All of them holding her book like it contains answers. A young woman approaches the table, early 20s, nervous smile. This happened to my sister. She didn't survive it. Zara's pen stops moving. I'm so sorry. She would have loved your book, loved knowing she wasn't the only one. The woman's eyes fill. Thank you for writing it. Zara signs the book, writes for your sister, for all of us. Hands it back, watches the woman walk away crying. That night, Zara cries too. For the sister she'll never meet. For all the women who didn't make it to the other side of their trauma. For the randomness of survival. November. Zara gets an email from Harper. Subject line, "You need to see this." She opens it. Her blood goes cold. A screenshot. A social media account created 2 weeks ago. Username, mreedspeaks. The profile photo is blurred. The bio reads, "The truth always has 2 sides. Coming soon." Attached is a video thumbnail. Darius's face. Older. Thinner. Prison orange replaced with prison grey. But the same eyes. The same smile that never reaches them. He's doing interviews from prison. Harper's follow-up email explains. Some podcast wants to tell his side of the story. Paid him $10,000. It drops next week. Zara stares at the screen, at the man who should be nothing but a memory, at the evidence that justice doesn't mean silence, doesn't mean closure, doesn't mean the predator stops hunting even from behind bars. She forwards the email to her publisher, to her agent, to Ayana Wells. Everyone responds with outrage, with plans to fight it, to discredit him, to protect her. But Zara knows better now, knows that controlling the narrative is impossible, that Darius will say whatever he wants, that some people will believe him because they always believe men over women, because they want to believe nice guys exist and monsters don't. She closes her laptop, breathes, counts to 10, then opens her phone, records a video, posts it across all platforms. By now you've heard that Darius Holcomb is telling his story. Good. Let him explain why he drugged 13 women. Let him justify the photos, the distribution, the years of fear he caused. She pauses, looks directly at the camera. Because the truth is already out there, in court documents, in victim testimony, in the 40-year sentence he's serving. His story won't change that, won't erase that, won't make him anything other than what he is, a convicted predator trying to rebrand. She ends the video, posts it. The comments flood in immediately. Support, anger, warnings that she's giving him attention. But Zara knows something they don't. knows that silence didn't protect her before, won't protect her now. 2 days later, the podcast with Darius drops. She doesn't listen. Doesn't read the coverage. Doesn't give him that space in her head. Instead, she goes to dinner with Memphis, laughs at something stupid, orders dessert. Lives. That night, lying in bed with the lights off, Zara thinks about the girl she was 14 months ago. The one who said yes to a club, who trusted a smile, who woke up to her life in ruins. That girl is gone, buried under layers of therapy and testimony and survival. But she's not gone completely. She lives in the scar tissue, in the locked doors, in the way Zara still scans every room for exits. She'll always be there, a ghost of innocence, a reminder of before. Zara can live with that art now, can carry the weight without collapsing under it, can look at Darius's face on a screen and feel anger instead of fear, can exist in a world where evil doesn't disappear, where justice is imperfect, where healing means learning to hold the broken pieces instead of waiting for them to magically become whole. Her phone buzzes, another message from Camille. I filed a police report today, because of you. Zara smiles, types back. Proud of you. 3 words, but they contain multitudes, contain every woman who came forward, every survivor who refused to stay silent, every person who looked at their trauma and said, not today. The screen fades to black. Outside her window, Atlanta sleeps. And somewhere in the city, another woman scrolls past Zara's book, reads the summary, sees herself in the description, clicks purchase. The cycle continues. Harm, survival, voice, justice, never perfect, never complete, but always moving forward, one story at a time. Because some stories don't end, they multiply, they spread. They become bigger than one person, bigger than one predator. They become warnings, weapons, ways to fight back, and that's how you win, not by erasing the past, but by refusing to let it erase you. If you found strength in this story, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications, because every story we share has the power to save someone. Drop a comment below about a moment that inspired you, or a message for others who need to hear they're not alone. Your words might be exactly what someone needs today. Together, we turn pain into purpose. Hit that subscribe button. Be part of the community that refuses to stay silent. More stories coming soon. Stories that prove survival isn't just possible, it's powerful.